Hey everybody, this is Rydo. Let's get back to Deus Ex Human Revolution Director's Cut. So, we're in this room where we'd already pre-programmed some robots to take the guys out, and as we can kind of see, yeah, the robot took the guys out. Mostly, wherever we're supposed to go, I think is just through this doorway. So, it probably wouldn't have been any real work to just sneak by them and go this way. We've got an alarm going off. I don't believe, maybe something I did caused that, but I'm not sure. I'm also a little confused as to where I'm supposed to be going. I'm rather confused actually. See, this would just take us back to the helipad. And is that where we're supposed to be going? Mission 1 is what? 65 meters this way. And which direction? Who am I alerting? I have, like, no clue if I'm getting further away from where I'm supposed to go or closer. I think I'm supposed to look in this area, and all these crazy elite guards, crazy security guards, crazy security guards. So all of them were taken out by a little robot here that we programmed. And if there's any more people, it's simply because... There we go. They are back behind, let's see, 20 meters. Well, gee, how do we get up there? Let's see, up here, I guess is the way.
There's nowhere you can go. You should stay away. Show yourself.
What are these guys gonna do?
Kill this guy, kill all.
Is this like easy mode only that they do this? I could have sworn that they started fighting back at some point when I first played this. We're up to 93,000 credits, or whatever they're called. Alright, so we never went in here. Might as well get a traveler bonus. We see here a different way that will take us through this section. Like, what is this? This is like, oh, whole nother section where we're gonna start working our way down. Good. We've got 6 floors here. This by default makes sense. Like, so I think we're kind of going back to a regular style of level, but we still have this weirdness because they're Unless we start running into robots a lot, which is what I think he said was going to happen. I guess we're also kind of looking for our boss, because our boss is supposed to be somewhere here on Pangaea. Look at that. The American flag, the Japanese flag, the British flag, and the Canadian flag. Are they the only countries that are worth note in the future? Or perhaps they're the only countries that are have power because they've consolidated it? This is interesting. All these little different ways to move through. Where are we? Wow. Wow. Who would have guessed there actually is a second way into this whole facility? That is surprising. It's cool. There should be two ways, because since that is their mentality, at least somewhat, for their level design. It doesn't really change anything or do anything different, though. Some bow arrows. I think it's pretty obvious, though, that this is the only way through this point. It's specifically designed to be a choke point. So we see like a robot, perhaps. We are here. And I'm ready to go ahead and just ignore the crazy workers. It'd be kind of nice if there was an achievement. They set off alarms, so... Or they at least get alarmed. Maybe they don't really set off alarms, but... It would be nice if there was an achievement for knocking them all out. Just as a humanitarian effort, all these people should not be allowed to wander around in their current states of mind. And still nothing behind these things. I would have been so satisfied with the ability to move large objects if they just gave me one thing behind 90% of every large object. Under or behind, just one little thing. And it's not like they need the scarcity that they play with bullets or with credits. They don't play enough scarcity with the credits, because you can see with some slightly unnecessarily too well played maneuvers, I now have way too much money and nothing to spend it on. I would like to have been able to buy some more praxis points. Let's see. So fortify is probably not needed right now. A mark and track's probably not needed right now. Ideally, I think I would want to get thermal armor and see if I could start working down that path. The ability to not be electrocuted sounds like a good ability to me. What are all these security things? And it seems like every single person in this area is completely augmented. So for this one, and there's a limb clinic inside the building. Nice. So is she gonna sell me something? Or give me a side mission?
You seem relatively normal, nicht wahr?
All things considered, yeah. You okay?
Thankfully, I was able to barricade myself in here when things got out of control. So, is it safe to come out now?
No. The rest of the station is still under siege. You better stay here until help comes. In the meantime, is it possible to download Praxis software here?
Yes, of course. No damage was done to the computers. See for yourself.
Sure. So what's weird is that, would this really mess me up? There you go, a couple Praxis kits and a cyber boost
I
energy
will
gel.
remain here, where it's safe. If you need help, or get word of help, please come back.
Alright, side quest. Come back if I get help or hear word of help. So activation cost there. One more Praxis kit is all I would need. And that puts me about 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 short of a full stack. Which I suspect if I had played a lot more OCD, I could have gotten just enough experience to touch those 13, go up 13 more levels. Wouldn't it have been weird if she, by talking to her, I automatically got the upgraded biochip and went crazy? That'd be a really funny, like, nope, don't do that. Or if she offered it and he goes, no, don't give me that. That TMY biochip, that's what's causing all of this. Because it's hardly like she knows what's going on. It's doubt anybody really knows what's going on. Except for me. And that really plays into the whole...
This is William Taggart. If anyone out there is listening, I'm begging you, help. We've barricaded ourselves inside the core server room. Many of us are wounded. Please, save us. Please, save us.
Find and speak with Taggart. Okay. We will totally find and speak with Taggart. Taggart, I believe, is the pro-human guy that... We should have had an argument with him with our Casey mod before, but we chose not to. Yeah, I remember running into people and having trouble with this section too. Now I think you can actually jump down here. Yeah, you could jump down and just hit a second level. Either I was having trouble because I was dying a lot here, or because I was trying to play it and not set off alarms.
What are you doing?
These guys have some new coats on.
No, you won't get me, monster. You won't get me.
Let's just take these two out. Maybe because I'm playing on easy?
I can't control them anymore. Run! Run! You're the monster. It's your...
Oh wow, that's a new one. At least I don't recall
I
it.
don't want to have to do this. You don't scare me. You're not even there. Get away. Go. You don't scare me. You're not even there. Get away. Go.
I mean, these guys aren't even attacking me. Maybe I am just playing this on easy and it's Maybe this is also just the director's cut. They took this whole section out. If you're punching somebody with the force that there's actually air creating a little sonic boom vortex like this is, I mean, you're going to kill that person. You cannot hit a normal human body with that force. Let's see. Hey, you can get up here when you can jump high. For whatever that is worth. With the ecosystem, you can jump down low. With the high jump, you can jump up high. And I think it is definitely worth it to get both of them. I believe this is Taggart in here. It's like a security camera, I believe. I think there's a couple ways to get in here without setting off alarms. Honestly though, I think the easiest way is just to do this. It feels so weird going through this whole section. I'm not having to do anything. Just that so reminds me of the Three Stooges. And nobody's shooting at me, nobody's doing anything. Come on, you guys want to walk closer to each other? There we go. Save me some recharge time. They are setting off the alarms, so if they introduced this concept earlier where people would just freak out and go crazy and it would potentially cause alarms, it's not a terrible idea. It's actually a pretty cool idea. What am I looking for? There's a computer. Okay. Robots set to enemies. And this. And this. And this. So the robots will take out any enemies if they see any enemies. Now, are there any enemies? That is the bigger question. I believe he's right in there. So I can just knock these guys over. Is it the fact that I can move them over, knock them over because I have the ability to, let's see, because I have the ability to move them, or is it just that you can always knock them over? That would kind of suck if you could always have knocked them over. So here's our little robot friend doing nothing for us because we don't need him to do anything. I thought you could get on top of this pipe. Doesn't seem like you can. I can't help but feel like I'm having a very different experience. Let's see, do we want to do a level 5 keypad that we don't have the code for, or just punch through a wall? Well, let's go ahead and just auto hack. Why not? Walk through the door like a normal person. We'll go out through the wall. So we've got some civilians here in this room, and a credit chip, and a laser rifle, and this, and a computer to read. And then some civilians more to talk to, and they're out here looking at whatever this is. What is this, like an energy generator or a Stargate? Who knows? Here's William Taggart, let's talk to him.
Mr. Jensen, how ironic that you should be the one to save us from the monsters out there.
Monsters, Taggart? You mean people. Augmented people who've lost all control, lost their reason.
Isn't that supposed to be my line? Unfortunately, it seems your esteemed Mr. Darrow decided to appropriate my point and turn it back on me. In madness and in blood. He has betrayed us all.
So you finally admit it. You are part of this after all. You have been all along.
It would be pointless to deny anything now, but despite what you think of us, we never wanted augmentations outlawed. All we've ever sought is regulation. Rules governing how the technology is developed and laws that ensure its use for the good of society.
That's
You've
bull.
raised society above humanity. So who gets to make those rules?
Men with wisdom, strength, and tenacity to know what's right. Proven leaders who distinguish themselves like you, Mr. Jensen. You've certainly earned the right to be one of us. All you have to do is take it.
I'm not looking for glory, Taggart.
Just remember that without control, there's no room for freedom.
What
Only
BS
anarchy.
is that?
You were a policeman once. You know the importance of order.
I know there's a difference between order and slavery.
The biochip wasn't supposed to force people to do anything. It merely limited powers so that people couldn't go on killing sprees like the ones taking place right now.
Amazing how well that worked out.
Say what you will, but I know that some part of you agrees with me. Absolute freedom is no different than absolute chaos. Society needs boundaries if it has any hope of surviving. And you, Mr. Jensen, can be the one to give us that hope. Shut down Darrow's signal. Then help me get a message out saying that an accident at VersaLife contaminated the world's neuropozyne supply.
VersaLife? And what if I decided to blame the Illuminati?
The Illuminati is just a name to get rich financiers to invest more money. Besides, do you really think the world will believe in some 18th century conspiracy theory? Do this for us, and you'll ensure a future for mankind, all of mankind, augmented or otherwise. The future Hugh Darrow offers doesn't allow for both.
Let me think about it.
So we're in this situation here,
All of this is as much your fault as it is Darrow's. You and your
where we're
cabal.
given
Perhaps.
different
But
options.
all we sought was a safety valve, Mr. Jensen, a means of making sure the world would never spin out of control. The potential of this technology is great, but as we've seen, its potential for destruction is even greater.
Your doomsday scenario doesn't impress me. You'd say anything to stay in power.
Do you think humanity will simply police itself? We do not live in some Eden, Mr. Jensen. Or are you that much like your boss, David Seraph, who envisions a world where everyone is enhanced and suddenly they all love each other? There will always be a need for methods of control.
And conveniently, in your future, the Illuminati will hold the reins.
Not directly. There are organizations already in place that are better equipped to handle certain things. The UN, for instance.
Reimagined, no doubt.
At least somewhat. And this technology will be a great part of it. Imagine, Mr. Jensen, a world governed by common principles. The end to international power struggles, to terrorism. These things can be accomplished if you join us.
So will he say something different if I talk to him again?
Stop the signal broadcast and get the word out, Mr. Jensen.
Nope. So Well, that would be kind of a tough jump there to figure out how to get in that. So we're kind of seeing how there's going to be multiple endings, spoiler, and your options with the multiple endings are sort of obvious. This is just where the security bot was. As far as what you might be able to do, you can stop the broadcast and say one thing, you can stop the broadcast and say another. You might be able to just leave the broadcast on if you really want to see the world burn. Well, that's cool. So, let's see. Over here is another path, I bet. Oddly, no. Well, gee, that doesn't make a lot of sense. There might be an option where you stop the broadcast and say nothing. That would give you 4 potential endings to the game. And we will go through them all. Let's see. I'll just put this here. Jump up here. Jump. Ah, there we go. This takes us where? Up here. And from over here, we climb up. I like the ladder thing that they designed there. If they were trying to be cheap about it, they would have just had, anytime you needed to go up, you would have gone up long ramps and gone in maybe circles so you don't stray too far from the location. But they spent the effort to make a little air vent room that gets used enough. What is scanning me? What is alarming? I don't know. So we have now talked to Taggart. And we've talked to, I believe, David. And now we are trying to find our boss, I suppose, would be nice. What are you doing awake? I kind of feel like these guys are just spawning in. You know what would have been really cool? If I had just gone and knocked out Taggart. That would have been cool. Just Illuminati. Take this, Illuminati, and knocked him out. Trying to get as many doubles as possible just to get these guys out of the way. There's so many right next to each other. If these were actual, like, people that were firing at me, it would be definitely real difficult. But either playing on easy or something else has changed it. They've just in mass replaced all the crazy people that would have been attacking me with other crazy people that aren't attacking me. Either that is the case, or let's see. Or maybe this is just an extra challenge for those players that were trying to not set off alarms. But that's not even what not set off alarms means. None of these guys have set off alarms. Because as far as I can tell, there aren't any alarm panels anywhere around here. Thought there was a bell tower guy over here. Let's see. Go ahead and auto hack one of these. I'm saving probably at least one episode by not hacking anymore. All kinds of plasma rifle weapons ready to fire. I can't get through up there. This one's just a dead body. And there's nothing over here otherwise. Interesting. I mean, it just seems too quiet. What is this map? This map takes us there. Is there any further down we can go? Well, yes, there is a further down we can go. In fact, I think there's quite a further down we can go. Right. See, how long have we been going? Probably long enough. Let's see. There's all kinds of whole nother section down here. Like all this area, and nobody is fighting us. Nobody at all. And there's nothing really to find. See if that works again. No, that's still a little too high. Now, these guys, there's a way I can take them all out by jumping down there and using my Icarus and stunning them. And those were definitely not just your regular crazy workers. Those were actual bad guys before. And so that's what I'll want to do. There's only one of those holes. The other two are capped. So we're gonna take this weird way down, and it will take us, let's see, probably all the way through here, and maybe even here. This is the reach the broadcast center. There's so much more to do. We'll have to come back up to do it later. But we will do all of that next recording too. That's gonna be it for this recording. We are having a very weird time. Either by the easy or not. I'm gonna have to look that up. I'm gonna have to look that up, and I will tell you next recording. But that's gonna be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All of that helps me out. If you want to support me, you can click on my name, Rydo. On the right will be a blue button that says support this channel. And if you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.